Good evening. Welcome to the August 23rd Lebanon Utility Service Board meeting. We want to make sure that this meeting was properly, appropriately, meeting had a notification of the meeting, and we had a working session prior to this meeting, and no decisions were made. Everyone is in attendance except for Neil Taylor. And our next item on the agenda will be Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item we have is we put on for the opportunity for public comment before starting our meeting. Do we have any comments from the public? If not, I would move to the next item, which is approval of the minutes from August the 9th, 2023. Has everybody had the opportunity to review these minutes? And if so, I would entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
I have a first from Tim. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Ann. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. The minutes are approved. Next item is Osmos drone inspection. Jeff Greeno.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am bringing a request to ask the board to retroactively approve the Osmos Pole Aerial UAS assessment, which is the drone assessment. We did this drone assessment because we need to get a better determination of our integrity of our transmission loop around the city, because transmission lines is what feeds our substations. So Osmos came in and they did the drone inspection. I will be getting the information back sometime either this week or early next week on what data they collected for us. So I am recommending that by the way of Indiana Code 361416, which is the ratification of actions of officers or employees, approval be given for a not to exceed amount of $38,905 for the transmission pole aerial UAS assessment, and allow General Manager Ed Baskell to sign all documents. Do you have any questions?
Any questions from the board?
Why were we unable to assess this prior to the action happening?
We had a narrow window of opportunity from Osmos to get this job done, and we didn't have enough time for me to get it to the board as a regular board approval. So in the last working session we had a talk. I asked the board, you know, if we could get permission to retroactively approve this, because we all felt like it's a vital thing we can see what the status is of our transmission loop, because we have the transmission loop in our CIP to get replaced at some point. Doing this inspection would help us give us a good time frame of where we need to actually put it, because we've already had the pole inspections done with Osmos where they bored and test the integrity of the wood pole itself. This did the top of the pole where they could look down in it, and the wire, the insulators, all the equipment on the transmission poles. Did find any weak spots or stuff like that.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to make sure we got that
no problem.
in the record.
Any additional questions from the board? Any questions from the public? If so, then I would entertain a motion to move to approve by way of IC 36-1-4-16 ratification for action of officers and employees, approval to be given for a not to exceed $38,905 for the transmission pole aerial assessment, and allow General Manager Ed Baskell to sign all documents.
So moved.
I have a first, I have a second.
Second.
Second from Ann. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Approval is granted. Next item up is AV upgrade split action. Ed, you're gonna,
Oh, okay.
you're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
go with that?
Yeah, I'll go with that. We had a meeting last week with some members of the city council and Joe LePage, and discussed a split with the city council on upgrading the audiovisual equipment here in the conference room and in our conference room as well. Everyone agreed that it needed to be upgraded. It's a city project, but the main idea was how much would the Lebanon Utility Service Board want to contribute. Bill Stoner was in attendance, and we looked at historical data provided by Sandra Morgan of amounts that we'd provided in the past. And discussion was that we would, where we landed was that Lebanon Utilities would pay 40%. And discussed that AV Designers checked all the boxes for the project. It was also discussed having Lebanon Utilities pay 40% or $68,991.62 of the cost for this project. And the city pays 60% or $103,487.43. So.
Okay, I was also in the meeting, like Ed said, and I think we reviewed AV Designer's proposal, and I think that covered everything, and everyone seemed to be happy with it. Dick Robinson and Brett Wheat were also in the meeting from the city council, and they all agreed on AV Designers, and they were also very comfortable with the utilities paying 40% and the city paying 60%. So do I have any additional comments from the board? If so, then I would entertain a motion to approve Lebanon Utilities contributing 40% for not to exceed amount $68,991.62 to contribute to the City of Lebanon AV upgrade.
So moved.
But first from Tim, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Ann. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, same sign.
I'm going to say no, and I also want to explain my vote, please.
Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead, Aaron.
We make significant payment in lieu of taxes payments every year to the city. The city has the option of accepting the maximum amount or zero amount. These pilot payments go to the general fund bottom line cash balance. They are not dedicated to any use by the city. This year, our pilot payments total $674,319. I am voting no because, as I have shared previously, I feel that this almost $69,000 could come out of that pilot payment, and that would be our contribution. So I'm voting no, and I request that my no vote please be entered in the minutes. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Aaron. And then I would still ask for a motion to approve the utilities contributing 40% not to exceed $68,991.62.
Point of order, we've already
We
approved, correct?
voted.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying
we've
aye.
I think they,
I think we've already approved.
it was passed 3-1.
Yeah, you can just
we-
announce that the motion passes 3-.
All right, all right.
We had 3-1.
It was,
Ayes and 1 no.
it was passed for 3 approval and 1 non-approval. Okay, are we finished with that? We'll go to the next item then, which is Second Amendment Memorandum of Understanding for the Grassland Water Supply and Wastewater Capacity Pre-Reservation Action.
Yeah, thank you, Board. As we discussed in the working session, I am requesting the Board's approval on the second amended memorandum of understanding related to the Grasslands Water Supply and Wastewater Capacity Pre-Reservation MOU. If you recall, in October of last year, the board and city council entered into the original MOU with IEDC that reserved capacity for the Lilly site to help induce Lilly to become a user in the system and a project within the city. That agreement was extended in early 2023. IEDC made a partial payment of the availability fees, and that was extended through August of this year. Being August of this year, and given a variety of complexities with the project, IEDC has asked to extend that payment time period further. I am comfortable with that, given some of the inner workings of the Complete Leap project and parts of that we're trying to work through. This would extend the availability fee payment until November 15th of 2023. We also set out within the agreement some of the offset credits that we've talked about for the benefit of the current system and ratepayers. This isn't finalizing that, but is putting a little bit more detail behind the direction that the parties are headed. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from the board? Question from the public?
We talked about this in considerable detail in the working session, and these credits will be, in my opinion, a significant benefit to the current ratepayers. You know, sometimes you talk about credits, you think you're subsidizing developers, but in this instance, that's indeed not the case. Our ratepayers, through, you know, a series of improvements to our system that is too detailed to go into here, but it will significantly benefit our ratepayers, and I'm glad to vote aye on this.
One other note, if I may interject, just as a reminder, this would require city council approval also, and I would anticipate trying to request to be placed on Monday's agenda if the utility board so approves the agreement.
Was stated. There's no other comments or anything, then I would entertain a motion to approve the second amended memorandum of understanding with IEDC and to forward the same to the city council for consideration, authorizing the Lebanon Utility General Manager to sign the agreement upon the city council's approval.
I'll make that motion as stated.
I have a first from Aaron, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Tim. Tim, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The action has been approved.
Thank you, board.
Okay, the next item is authorization to advertise RFP for the BOT Development Services for Lebanon Business Park Regional Lift Station. It is also a project, it's an action item. Don Leitner, you want to?
Yeah, I'm going to do my best Ryan impression tonight, so hopefully it goes as well as it seems to go with him. Yeah, the request tonight is for the authorization to advertise a request for proposals for the BOT Development Services for the Lebanon Business Park Regional Lift Station Project. This authorization would be contingent upon a signed funding agreement with the RDC, which Jeff can maybe fill us in. I'm not sure if we have yet.
Yes, we do have that agreement signed,
Okay.
and it has been distributed to the various parties.
Excellent. So with this, a scoring committee will need to be formed to score the RFPs. We've had some good success in the past with having a board member be part of that scoring committee, so hopefully we'll be able to talk about that in the next coming weeks on hopefully one or maybe multiple might want to participate. It is anticipated that construction will start on this project before the end of this year. The goal is to have the lift station constructed and operational before the end of next year. Lebanon Utilities Legal Counsel has already reviewed and approved the RFP guidance documents and advertisement, so I think we're ready to go if we can get authorization.
Yeah. Any other questions from the board?
I have a comment. I wish to make the motion to approve this, and in my motion, I'm going to state that Tim Hudson should be the representative from this board to serve on the scoring committee. Tim served as a board member on the scoring committee for the Reese Park lift station, so he has some inertia, if you will, an understanding of the process that I think will be very important for the board. So with the board's consent, I'll include that as part of the motion.
I have a first from Aaron. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Ann. All in favor signify by saying
Let's
aye.
see, just for the record, I want to read the full amended motion, if that's okay, Mr. Chairman.
I don't think we really need to do that, Aaron, but if you'd like to, go ahead.
I move to approve proceeding with advertising and request for proposal for BOT development services for Lebanon Business Park Regional Lift Station Project, and that Tim Hudson will be the board representative on the scoring committee.
I second.
Second from Ann. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. It is approved. Next item we have up is approval of claims payroll transfers dated August the 23rd, 2023. That's an action item. Has everybody had a chance to review the claims? And if so, I would entertain a motion for approval.
I move to approve the claims, payroll, and transfers dated August 23rd, 2023, in the amount of $2,932,484.14 for claims and payroll, and $7,752,789.49 for transfers.
I have a first from Tim. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Ann. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Claims are approved. Next item we have is any other business that may be properly come before this body. Ed, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Okay,
See, I'm sorry, go ahead.
go ahead.
Yeah, I want to sort of cycle back on this Lebanon Business Park Regional Lift Station reimbursement agreement. That I'm very happy to see that it's in its final form, and that the redevelopment commission will be paying for 50% of the project, and that will benefit them as well as the city. So I just wanted to say thank you for following that all the way through, Mr. Council.
Is that the end of your comment?
Yes, thank you.
All right. Next item is does anyone else have anything before the board, before we adjourn from the board? Ed, anybody?
No public comment.
No
sir.
public comment? Next board meeting will be Wednesday, September the 6th, 2023 at 5 o'clock. And if the next item after that is
Motion to
a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn, do I have a first?
Just got it.
First from Tim. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Ann or Aaron. It's approved. We are adjourned. Thank you.